Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 and the Survival Challenge here on Oberon. I think this is episode 8. So we are going to do a bit of grass baling today. We need to feed the sheep we got in the last episode. I don't like dropping the front loader on and off, particularly after the issues I had last time. But the fact that it shows as the whole thing being really worn when actually it's just the front loader annoys me. So yeah, it's coming off. And I was about to try and hook up the mower to the front PTO. There's a problem there. We do need to pull the baler out of the way first before we can get to the mower. So I had said when I used this last time that I never wanted to use it again, I think. But we are in a situation where we are very short of cash. As always, there are no good contracts. I guess it's just that time of year. And we need to get some grass for the sheep. Not cows, we haven't had cows yet. And no, that's not a spoiler for later. We're not getting that far. So the only way we can do it is with the baler that we have. So there is a cheap loading wagon that's available on some of the mod sites. Can't remember which ones, but we can't afford that because it's not cheap enough, and I would rather spend that money on new animals at the moment. So we're just going to mow some grass. I don't know how much we need to mow, probably not a lot. And we'll get some bales made and get the sheep fed. After that, we're going to need to generate some cash, which unfortunately I suspect means we're going to need to do some, can you guess, forestry, which I'll probably do off camera. So this tree stump, use the lumberjack mod to take care of that quickly, and the random bit of wood. Cool. Try and clear those up as we go round, I think. Yeah, there's no good contracts at the moment, so we're into doing more forestry, I think. Unless the carpentry has really picked up. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Not yet. I'm guessing it's going to be 1,000 litres for a pallet of furniture. Oh, another tree stump. Get rid of that guy as well. Yes, I know I have a stump grinder. This is easier. And it lets me do that. So yeah, I think we're going to be into forestry. I want to get so that we... I think now the next goal is to work towards being able to produce a field ready for some autumn planting. I think that seems sensible. I had hoped, as you will have seen in some of the other videos that I've been doing lately, me talking about hopefully getting the Lizard 6-metre plough on here. We don't have enough horsepower. In fact, I think it might have been in the commentary for the previous episode of this that I said it. Yeah, it needs a lot more horsepower than I remember it needing, which is probably realistic, but... another tree stump. Which means we are going to be limited on plough options, probably to something that is very small. But, you know, we'll see how we get on. I guess what would be nice, and I haven't looked at what the options are, is if we could get into making some silage to sell. What are the prices like on silage? And we can sell it to the livestock market, which is good because the BGA is a production point, so it'll have a limit. So maybe actually I'll have a look at some silo options, and we're going to need a loading wagon, I guess, as well. Ooh, there's a bit of tree there. That isn't going to have done the mower blades much good at all. Let's just drop that there with our measuring stick. So I think I'm just going to do these 3 rounds and see how many bales we get. And then we'll go into some sort of time lapse of actually what I'll probably do is save and exit the game and go and have a look for a bunker silo, because we do have an awful lot of grass, and making silage would be another good way to bring some money in. Grass grows quite quickly. We have a mower. We would need to get the silo, a windrower and a loading wagon. So I need to go and do some looking around for options for those. And then we'll probably have to do some forestry to fund it. But then we could use the silage to fund getting more sheep. So you can see the spots where I used the mulcher, where we've got a couple of bits of stones popping up, which is slightly annoying because I hate stones, and there's no way we can afford a stone picker on here. We're just going to have to accept that bad stuff happens to our kit. What I haven't done is, because I'm on 1.2 now, we can go to high fuel usage, which I might regret. I think I'll probably need to install the one of the fuel can mods or something so we can store some fuel. No, it won't be the cat and dog one. But yeah, I might install the fuel cans mod just so we can keep some fuel on the farm for cheap, because that would probably be a good idea. Wonder whether what else might be a good idea would be no, we're going to spit bales out too quickly. I was going to say if we should drive to the feed point to unload them into, but I think this is definitely going to give us enough to feed the sheep for a while, even when we start expanding. So the intent is we will keep, for now, all of the lambs. What I did that was quite successful in my most profitable animals video for sheep was have enough sheep that every time they had lambs they would refill the pen, and then selling them off just before they gave birth again. That seemed to work quite well. The other option is I do it to about 2/3 and keep them for a little bit longer, so they're worth a bit more money. Which again is an option. Things are going to be much more staggered in this because we're going to be buying animals slowly. Sorry about that, the doorbell went, and it's easier just to stop the recording and go and deal with it. With 4 dogs in the house, they can make a lot of noise. Somewhere through there. So yeah, we're going to get all this baled up and get those sheep fed, and then come up with a strategy for making silage and start to implement that strategy. So the start point for me, I think it's in baling technology, is actually that's even longer, isn't it? Because I'm guessing that's an 18-meter trailer. Oh no, that looks pretty long. I'm going to work out which of these two is the biggest, and the start of the strategy is getting a bigger trailer so that we can sell logs that are much longer, hopefully make more money. It'll be easier to load them up. The downside is we're going to have to take them on the tractor, because pickup trucks in FS22 can only connect to a small number of trailers, as some of you all know already. But if it makes loading easier and selling quicker, I think that's a good option. And if we can take more, I reckon we can get probably twice as much on one of those trailers, which means it doesn't matter that we're going to be going slower. I have to go quite slowly anyway with the pickup loaded because it gets very top heavy. So, how many bales have we made so far? Okay, 19. I do hate this 500 litre baler. It's nice that there's an option in base game, I guess, but I would like to work towards the old New Holland baler, which is 25 or 45,000. So that might be another option. Sorry, I'm jumping around a bit. Rather than going for a bunker and a loading wagon, there's a £30,000 baler, and then we could spend £22,000 on a bale wrapper. So what's that? Sorry, euros. That's 50,000 euros, and we could do that without getting the windrow as well. And we'd have a bale trailer to take them to the sell point. So that might be a better option, actually. That might be a better option, and it means when we're making bales to feed the sheep, we're not making 500 litre bales. Yeah, that's probably a better option to go for. That's probably going to mean selling about 10 loads of wood. Eesh. That doesn't sound appealing. But I might have to do that off camera. Right, let's stick this back in the shed as well. In our little grass working section. Because the other thing is we can sell this baler, can't we? Which would pay for the trailer. We could then do big loads of wood. I'm just going to take the pickup round to collect these up. And then we'll get into time-lapsey stuff. But yeah, we could sell the baler, buy a big trailer. We might need to raise a little bit more money. And then use the big trailer to sell loads of wood to get a big baler and bale wrapper, and then make silage to sell to the animal market. That sounds like half a plan to me. And you know, we have loads of grass, so yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Right, I need to get these bales loaded up, so that's definitely something for a time lapse, I think. So future me will be with you in a bit. I really feel like I missed out on the opportunity for a bold trick. I have a cunning plan joke in there, but hey, we can't always be super sharp, can we? Yeah, I hate these small bales, I really do. And it's nice you can hand load them, but oh, are they a pain. Anyway, they will get our sheep fed, and it's the last time, hopefully, we are going to deal with them. Ever. There are much better options available now. Thank God. Anyway, yeah, getting this one done much quicker than usual. There is a pretty good chance that videos will slow down over Christmas because I've got time off with my family, and yeah, so I'll probably be making less videos, I would guess. Anyway, let's get these bales into the sheep pen. It's annoying that they won't auto drop into the trigger. I'm guessing the trigger is slightly too low. So we may have to have a little look at that, I think. Although we'll be using big bales. Right, let's get this baler sold and get ourselves a bigger trailer. So I did some looking outside of the game, and the Flegel is slightly shorter than the other option, but it's cheaper, and because it doesn't have the fixed ends, we can put longer logs on it, and so I thought it would be a good option for us. Because I have no idea how long to cut them, I'm just going to take the whole tree over, and we'll cut a measuring stick and see if, yeah, we can't pick it up. So I go with two options for doing this. The first one is I keep moving the log to the trailer, and then in the end I just start winging it. And yeah, I'm cheating a little bit. You can move a big log with the smaller log. Physics. It's tough. But yeah, just trying to put a log on each edge to give us something to load into. It sort of works. It sort of works. But yeah, I do end up just cutting the logs to roughly what I think is the right length, and then trimming them if they are too stupidly long. But it does make loading up the trailer so much quicker, which is really nice. I am hopeful that we will make a decent amount of money when we take a full trailer load up to the these. I think are going to go to the sawmill to sell. I am having to keep an eye on whether we are filling the sawmill or not, because once it's full we won't get a good price at all. We will get very little. So yeah, we'll then have to switch to the biomass plant for quite a while, I suspect. But if my cunning plan pays off, we might be doing less wood selling for a little while anyway. I put 4 trees on here. The tractor struggled a bit with the hills, particularly if I tried to push it into top gear. So let's see what we're going to make. A very nice 21,000 euros. So next load coming up. I didn't bother showing me loading all these up. Another 18,000 euros up to 40,000. I had a tree explode, so I had to use super strength to get that on the trailer. But 9,000 euros, and we are up to the 50,000 that I just doing a quick refuel because I almost ran out. I thought 50,000 was enough, but actually we're a couple of grand short. So we will probably have to do some selling of lettuce and things in the morning to get enough to get everything that we need. My plan is to cut the grass in the evening, and then I've installed a bunch of balers in the hope that one might crop up in the sail. I'm going to show you the sails before I sleep and after I sleep, so you can see that I'm not trying to frig that, because if one does crop up, I think it might be a bit suspicious. So I'm going to show you before and after I snooze. I also found more bales hidden away in the wooded area still, so just going to collect those up for later. I'll come back and get those. Luckily Seasons Light doesn't let grass rot, so yeah, they're still there. But I am going to cut pretty much as much grass as I can on this one, which takes me a little while, and baling it is going to be interesting to try and find it all, but we'll get it done, and hopefully it'll give us at least a big enough payout to recover all the costs of setting up, because that means we can get some more animals or some more kit, so we're progressing each time. And you know, we can do a silage cut every few days, which is going to be a nice solid income source for us. And it will get easier as we open up more areas, and what I might start doing is stockpiling wood for when the price is good. So nothing good in the deals. Let's have a quick sleep. New icon for sleeping, and still the same in the deals. So yeah, we'll animals all seem okay. Egg production is still bugging me. It still seems really low compared to what I expected, but I think that's because I'm basing it on having a pen with 360 chickens in rather than 30. So let's buy the baler. The New Holland one off Mod Hub, it is 30,000 euros, so nice price. Makes 125 centimetre bales, which works out at 3,500 litres for grass / silage, which is not too bad. It's not huge, but it will work for us. And we've got our bale trailer, so we just need to get a couple of thousand more to be able to get the bale wrapper. And ideally we want to get a windrower next, maybe, so that we can speed up the windrowing process. But for now, we're just going to drive along the rows that the mower creates. It'll work. It worked for us with the small baler, so yeah. Hoping we will get something like 20 or 30 bales off of all of this. That would be nice. I think with current prices we'll get about 1,500 euros per bale. So yeah, that would give us back most of the money that we spent, which means we're progressing, as I said. I'm not going to get everything done this episode. I'm just going to get everything baled up, and then next episode we will sort out being able to afford the bale wrapper and getting them all wrapped up. And then I think it's a day for bales to ferment, so we're not going to be able to sell them straight away. So we're probably going to be back to a bit of forestry after that to just keep clearing the land back, unless there are some contracts cropping up. So in the 1.2 update they have fixed harvest contracts, so if we could afford a harvester from selling the silage and harvest contracts are cropping up, we could go that route. Would work quite well, I think. So we'll have a look at that for sure, particularly if there are some that don't go to the train station, or if there are, if there are some that don't go to the train station. And that might give us an option of starting to stockpile some grain for the chicken. So yeah, we should look for some barley, wheat or sorghum harvesting contracts, I think, if they're available. I guess we're a bit early at the moment in the year for that, so I have to keep an eye on the calendar. And if we buy a combine, we're then going to have it sat for the year, so I don't know, we'll see. Might just buy some more chicken food. But obviously good for feeding the sheep forever. I think that's all the baling done, so thanks for watching, folks. Catch you next time. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff.